the stadium roared. Not yet with the frenzy of the fight, but with a low, constant hum. Like a giant beast waking up. Bright lights blazed down on the boxing ring, ropes gleaming, canvas taut. Announcers tested their microphones, voices echoing through the vast space. Popcorn vendors hawked their wares, the smell mixing with the tang of anticipation. Every seat seemed filled. Men in sharp suits, women in elegant dresses, kids clutching foam fingers, all buzzing with excitement. The air crackled with energy, a shared feeling that something big was about to happen. Outside the arena, the neon lights of Las Vegas pulsed. Inside, all eyes were drawn to the center, where soon, two titans would clash. The crowd was a sea of faces, a collective breath held tight, waiting for the drama to unfold. This was more than just a fight, it was an event, a spectacle, a memory in the making. Amidst the sea of suits and shimmering dresses, one figure stood out. Not because he was loud or flashy, but because he was different. His clothes were simple, worn almost threadbare, but neatly pressed. He clutched his ticket like it was a winning lottery number. His face, though etched with lines that spoke of hardship, held a spark of pure joy. He wasn't shouting or cheering like the others. Instead, his eyes darted around, taking it all in with an almost childlike wonder. He seemed a little lost, a little overwhelmed, but undeniably happy to be there. He ran a hand over his short, neatly combed hair and then nervously straightened his collar. There was a quiet dignity about him, despite his humble appearance. He was a man with a story that was about to become part of something much bigger than himself. The reason for his worn clothes and hopeful eyes was simple, yet profound. This wasn't just a casual outing, it was the culmination of a sacrifice. To be here, in this very seat, breathing the same air as his hero, he had sold everything he owned. His small apartment, sparsely furnished as it was, had been emptied. The old television, the comfortable armchair, even his grandmother's antique clock, all gone. Each item had been a painful goodbye, a piece of his past traded for this single moment. He'd eaten simple meals, walked miles instead of taking the bus, saved every penny until he had enough. Some called it crazy, but to him, it was devotion. It was a chance to witness greatness, to feel connected to something bigger than himself. It was a dream he had to fulfill, no matter the cost. The man's devotion didn't go unnoticed. Others in his section, initially focused on their own excitement, began to pick up on something different about him. They saw the worn clothes, the almost reverent way he held his ticket, the quiet joy in his eyes. Whispers rippled through the rows. Someone had overheard him telling a vendor he wouldn't be able to buy a program. He had nothing left. A wave of understanding spread through the nearby spectators. These were people who appreciated dedication, who understood the power of a dream. There were no loud declarations of sympathy, no pointing or staring. Instead, there were silent nods, small smiles of acknowledgement, a shared sense of respect for the man's unwavering commitment. They understood. He wasn't just a fan, he was the embodiment of their own passion, amplified by sacrifice. The story, like a ripple in a pond, continued to spread. A few rows over, a journalist, known for his sharp wit and even sharper observations, overheard the hushed conversations. Intrigued, he confirmed the details with the popcorn vendor, who, touched by the man's situation, readily shared what he knew. The journalist, always on the lookout for a compelling narrative, felt a stirring in his gut. He knew Muhammad Ali often arrived early, mingling with the crowd. Thinking quickly, the journalist made his way towards the backstage area, hoping to catch Ali before the pre-fight frenzy truly began. He navigated the throng of security guards and handlers, his press pass his golden ticket. He had a feeling that Ali, a man known for his compassion as much as his boxing prowess, would want to hear this story. It was a story that spoke of loyalty, sacrifice, and the unwavering power of a dream. The journalist found Ali backstage, shadowboxing lightly, a whirlwind of energy even in quiet moments. "Sham," the journalist began. "Got a story you need to hear." He quickly recounted the fan's sacrifice, the sold possessions, the unwavering devotion. Ali stopped shadowboxing, his expression shifting from playful to serious. He sold everything? He asked, his voice a low rumble. The journalist nodded. Ali shook his head slowly, a mixture of disbelief and concern in his eyes. That's something else, he murmured. He looked out towards the arena, a thoughtful frown creasing his forehead. I gotta meet this man, he declared, his voice filled with a newfound resolve. Nobody should have to give up everything just to see a fight. That ain't right. The journalist knew, in that moment, something special was about to happen. Leaving his handlers slightly bewildered, Ali, followed closely by the journalist, made his way back into the crowded arena. He scanned the rows, his eyes sharp and focused, searching for the man described by the journalist. The crowd parted slightly as he moved, a hush falling over those who recognized him. Finally, he spotted him. Sitting quietly, still clutching his ticket, the man looked up in surprise as Ali approached. Ali, towering over him, offered a warm smile. Excuse me, he said, his voice gentle. Are you the man who made quite the sacrifice to be here tonight? The fan, stunned, could only nod, his eyes wide with disbelief. Ali extended his hand. I'm Muhammadali, he said. And I wanted to thank you for your support. The world seemed to fade away for the devoted fan. His hero was right in front of him. Ali gestured towards the aisle. Mind if we talk for a minute? Somewhere a little more private? The fan, still in a daze, nodded dumbly and followed Ali out of the row, the journalist trailing discreetly behind. They found a quiet corner near a concession stand, away from the immediate crush of the crowd. So, Ali began, his voice low and sincere. I hear you're a real fan. A real fan. He chuckled softly, but his eyes held a deep seriousness. I also hear you gave up a lot to be here tonight. Everything, in fact. Tell me about it. He listened intently as the fan, slowly finding his voice, recounted his story, the apartment, the furniture, the sacrifices. Ali's expression grew more somber with each detail, his respect for the man deepening with every word. It was clear he wasn't just hearing a story, he was feeling it. When the fan finished, a long silence hung in the air. Ali looked at him, his eyes filled with a profound empathy. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a thick wad of bills. It was far more than the ticket had cost, far more than the value of the possessions the fan had sold. Here, Ali said, pressing the money into the fan's hand. Take this. It's not much, but it's enough to get you back on your feet. Find a new place, buy some furniture, get yourself something nice. The fan stared at the money, then back at Ali, tears welling up in his eyes. He tried to protest, to refuse, but Ali gently squeezed his hand. No, Ali insisted. This is from me to you. You deserve it. You're a true fan, and I appreciate you. Tears streamed down the fan's face, a mixture of disbelief and overwhelming gratitude. He stammered, trying to find the words to express his thanks, but they caught in his throat. He just shook his head, tears splashing onto the wad of money in his hand. I don't know what to say. He finally managed to choke out. Thank you? Thank you so much. Ali smiled warmly, his eyes crinkling at the corners. You don't have to say anything, he said. Just enjoy the fight. And know that your support means the world to me. He clapped the fan gently on the shoulder. Now go find your seat. The show's about to start. He knew the money would help, but the real gift was the respect and recognition. As Ali walked away, the journalist approached the fan. Quite a moment, huh? He said, smiling. The fan, still clutching the money, could only nod, his eyes shining with unshed tears. He didn't have to do that, he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. He's a truly great man. The journalist simply nodded, knowing that no words could truly capture the depth of the fan's gratitude. This wasn't just about the money, it was about the respect, the recognition, the feeling of being seen and valued. He looked at the fan, a man transformed, his shoulders straightened, his eyes filled with a newfound hope. The sacrifice hadn't been in vain. He had met his hero, and his hero had seen him, truly seen him. The world felt different now. Brighter. Full of possibilities. There were no cameras flashing, no reporters clamoring for quotes. This wasn't a calculated move for publicity. It was a quiet, almost secretive act of kindness, born from genuine empathy. Ali hadn't sought out an audience. He had simply seen a fellow human being in need and responded with compassion. He could have easily made a grand gesture, donating to a charity, or making a public announcement. But that wasn't his style. He preferred the personal touch, the direct connection. He wanted the fan to know that his sacrifice hadn't gone unnoticed, that his devotion was appreciated. It was a sincere repayment from one man to another, a testament to Ali's deep respect for his supporters and his unwavering belief in the power of human connection. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated generosity. Ali's generosity wasn't just about giving money, it was about restoring dignity. He made sure the fan didn't feel like a charity case, a subject of pity. He treated him with respect, acknowledging his devotion and thanking him sincerely for his support. He spoke to him as an equal, a fellow human being who shared a passion for boxing. He didn't broadcast the story, didn't seek to make the fan a spectacle. He simply offered a helping hand, a way to get back on his feet, without compromising his pride. He wanted the fan to walk away feeling valued, respected, and empowered, not diminished or ashamed. It was a subtle but crucial distinction, one that spoke volumes about Ali's character and his understanding of human nature. He ensured the fan retained his dignity throughout the entire encounter. Before Ali turned to leave, he paused, meeting the fan's gaze one last time. It was a moment of silent understanding, a connection that transcended words. The fan nodded slightly, a small, almost imperceptible gesture of gratitude and respect. Ali returned the nod, a silent acknowledgement of the man's unwavering devotion and his own commitment to honoring that dedication. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated humanity. Two men, from vastly different worlds, connected by a shared passion and a mutual respect. There was no need for grand pronouncements or flowery language. The silence spoke volumes, a testament to the power of empathy and the profound impact of a simple act of kindness. In that moment, they understood each other perfectly. It was a bond forged in sacrifice and generosity. Back in his seat, the fan felt different. The anticipation for the fight was still there, but it was mixed with a new emotion, gratitude. And something else, something almost peaceful. The energy in his section had subtly shifted. People seemed friendlier, more connected. The story had spread, whispered from person to person, a testament to Ali's generosity. A feeling of goodwill permeated the air, a shared sense of hope and humanity. The upcoming fight was still the main event, but it was now infused with a deeper meaning. It wasn't just about boxing anymore, it was about kindness, compassion, and the power of human connection. The crowd was ready to cheer, not just for the fighters, but for the spirit of generosity that had filled the arena. The money Ali gave him wasn't just a handout, it was a lifeline. It was a chance to start over, to rebuild his life with dignity and hope. He could find a new apartment, buy some furniture, and replace the items he had so reluctantly sold. He could eat regular meals, wear decent clothes, and hold his head high once more. More importantly, it gave him a sense of security, a feeling that he wasn't alone in the world. He knew that someone cared, someone believed in him, someone had recognized his worth. This newfound confidence would empower him to pursue his dreams, to seek out new opportunities, to create a better future for himself. Ali's generosity had not only restored his material possessions but had also rekindled his spirit. He could rebuild, and he could do it with pride. This story is more than just a heartwarming anecdote, it's a reflection of Muhammad Ali's character and his deep respect for his fans and for humanity as a whole. He saw beyond the fame and the fortune, recognizing the shared human experience that connected him to every person in the arena. He understood that his success was built, in part, on the unwavering support of people like this devoted fan. He wasn't just a boxer, he was a symbol of hope, resilience, and the power of dreams. His generosity wasn't just about giving money, it was about acknowledging the sacrifices people made to support him, and about reaffirming their value as human beings. It was a testament to his belief that everyone deserves respect, dignity, and a chance to pursue their dreams. Ali understood the importance of lifting others. Muhammad Ali's legacy extends far beyond the boxing ring. He was a champion inside the ropes, but he was also a champion of human rights, social justice, and simple acts of kindness. His compassion, his empathy, and his unwavering belief in the goodness of humanity are just as important as his athletic achievements. He will be remembered not only for his speed, his skill, and his undeniable charisma, but also for his generosity, his courage, and his commitment to making the world a better place. This story, a small but powerful example of his character, serves as a reminder that true greatness lies not just in achieving personal success but in using that success to uplift others. Ali's legacy is one of compassion, a legacy that continues to inspire generations. He showed the world what it meant to be a true champion, inside and outside the ring,